So, this podcast, I'm standing in my husband's office, and look, in the office, there's different pictures of all the places that we live. Cleveland, I work there. Columbus, Miami, Chicago, and we don't have a picture of Atlanta yet because we usually only get the picture as we're leaving the town. So let's hope I don't have to leave the town. Okay, so you can tell that man's been with me a long time. In today's podcast, first off, an old friend of mine from that town, look over there, Chicago, stopped by.
How are you doing?
Oh my goodness! Look at you, girl. In person, finally. I'm watching TV all the time.
He is a very successful doctor. You see him on TV, and he does books. His name's Dr. Ian Smith. But I can't stop thinking of him as my intern.
Don't drop the scripts. Don't drop.
All right, so I introduce you to him. Also, it is all hands on deck when Bob forgets a very important piece of his wardrobe for work.
Right. Thanks, man.
But first, let's walk around my husband's office just a little bit. I noticed this week that Ed Henry, our White House correspondent, on the air, Kira Phillips at CNN, said, Ed, you're sitting up front in the White House briefing room.
In row one, you've got you, the AP, CBS, NBC, Helen Thomas, ABC, and Reuters. Can you explain how you got the first row? And is that political? Are you selected? How does that all work? No, really, how does it work?
So I asked Ed, what's the deal? Are you up with the big boys? What does that mean? How do you get your seats there in the White House press briefing room? So, Ed, take it away.
Robin, just like Bob Euchre, I must be in the front row. Here's how I got here. A couple years ago, they decided to renovate this briefing room, and they changed the dimensions. One of the things they did was they made the actual seats, and not just the front row, but every row, a little wider. Hold your jokes about the seats, I guess you would call them, of White House reporters getting wider over the years. But they did make these seats wider. And they also added an extra seat in the front row. So CNN used to be in the second row. And there's another cable news network, which shall remain nameless, that was also in the second row. And both those networks decided to lobby ferociously to get into the front row. There's a lot of status up here, et cetera. CNN had a little more seniority than this other network, Fox. And so we're now in the front row. And so we get to ask a question a little sooner when the president comes in here for a press conference. And there also are some other perks, which are basically, since you're in the front row, you get to get the email address of the president now that he's got a BlackBerry. And so, every once in a while, actually, I got to go. Back to you.
I thought you'd enjoy that look inside some of the inner workings of the White House press room. I thought that was interesting. Okay, back outside in the warehouse. We're behind my husband's office. And let's talk about if you want to lower your weight, I might have just the guy to help you. His name's Dr. Ian Smith. He stopped by CNN. He's an old friend of mine. So watch. So the 4-day diet. When this was sitting on our desk, people walked by and in the makeup room they go, 4-day. I can do that. 4-day. That's good marketing, Ian.
Well,
Dr. Smith.
But the truth, I got lucky, and this is why. The reason it's the 4-day diet is every 4 days you change what you eat.
Okay.
So instead of thinking about I need to lose 30 pounds, don't think about the full 30 pounds. Think about 4 days at a time. Mini goals add up to the big goal. And so the number one reason why people fall off of diet programs, they get bored with the food. Even if you like food and you eat it all the time, you get tired of it. With the 4-day diet, you never get tired because every 4 days, we change it up on you.
Right, so behind the scenes, this is our little cafeteria at work. And to help you, I wanted Dr. Ian to tell us on the different parts of his diet, what we'd be able to eat here at work. So the first part is the detox.
Yes.
What do you do for detox?
So detox is called the induction module.
You get extra
and you're
get
trying
to eat?
Yes, you get, it's the right way to detox. See, that's a good question though.
Because people think, it's a juice diet or something
No,
like that.
no. Lemonade, cayenne pepper, forget about that.
Yeah.
You eat naturally detoxifying foods. You can have the corn on the 4-day detox. You can have the peas, the black-eyed peas. You can have the green beans. Now, protein stretch is one of my favorite modules. Increasing the protein to increase your metabolism and build that lean muscle mass. Foods that are high in protein, turkey.
Your meats, okay.
Meats, turkey.
Lean meats, right?
Lean meats, turkey. Roast beef is great. You can have your cheese. These things are great, and this, I love this over here. See this whole wheat and multigrain bread. Don't take the sourdough or the white bread because it's high in glycemic index.
Besides what we're eating, obviously, what is the number one brain problem, mind problem with losing weight? I mean, we'll say, I want to lose weight. Okay, great. But what are we really doing?
Unrealistic goals.
Okay.
People want to lose 30 pounds in a month, and it took them 3 years to gain the 30 pounds. So they set the bar so high, and when they don't hit that bar, they get depressed and discouraged, and they think the diet is bad, and it's not. It's that they're asking themselves too much of themselves. I tell people, if you can lose 1 to 2 pounds a week, that is great.
All right, hey Ian, thank you so much. Such a good guy, so credible, so good at what he does. But between you and me, I think he got it all from me because Ian used to be my intern. And you know what, I'm having a hard time today shaking that intern image. So I want you to come up here and, don't drop the scripts. Don't drop. All right, I wonder where my dry cleaning is. I thought you were gonna have that for me.
Well, I wanted to do it, but I was trying to do something last night. You asked me to.
Yeah, I'm hearing this.
Yeah.
I'm hearing this. To the mouth, to the mouth. Come on, you act like I'm a baby or something. Hey, Ian, you got my dry cleaning? Hey!
Oh boy.
Hey!
Robin, I'm Dr. Ian Smith. I don't do this anymore. Don't you know that? Where have you been? Yeah, well, guess what now, Robin? People now get my dry cleaning.
That's so true. It's so true.
No, they don't. I don't let people do that. My assistant does not do that. She doesn't do coffee or dry cleaning. I don't drink coffee.
Hey, guess what? I don't have an assistant.
Oh.
Hey, Billy. This is my brother-in-law. So that's Tim's brother.
Hello. How are you?
Have you ever forgotten your belt at work? What happens when you forget your belt to wear to work? Nothing?
I don't need a belt.
Well, anyway, Bob showed up to work one day without his belt on. So what does one do?
Bob has forgotten his belt. I need any man with a size 35 or 36 black belt. He will not mess it up and he will return it.
Anybody?
Who's going to admit to a 35?
35, 36 black belt. And I'm a fashion coordinator and
I have a
producer.
34 waist and my belt's too big.
Oh, sure. Oh, sure.
What I won't do for this place, you know? Are the bosses going to see this? Because I will do whatever.
Rock star nomination.
Can we bring the lights down? Can we bring the lights down?
Dollar bills, dollar bills.
Guys, your money's just as good. You know what? On second thought, I'm not a piece of meat. You know what? Seriously, stop all of this. Go ahead, take that. Take that.
We got your belt.
Nice. What kind of shoes you got?
I got sneaks on there. Casual Friday, buddy. You're
What kind of anybody have cool black socks? All right. Thanks, man.
Listen, if you start asking for underwear, man.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
I thought you'd enjoy seeing that little behind the scenes of what happens, like when we forget an article of our clothing or something like that. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm sitting in my husband's warehouse. Turn around, turn around. Okay. So boxes, right? Boxes, and then they come over here, and a hog. I don't know why he doesn't keep this at home, but he doesn't. I think it's because he doesn't want me to show him up and ride better. I want to fire this bad baby up.